Alright, what's up YouTube? Team O here. Just gonna be doing an updated deck profile of my anti-meta deck, the one that I posted a couple weeks back. Yeah, let's just try to make this pretty quick. This is what it's looking like right now. Still 3 of these bad boys. Favorite card in the game. Never cutting him. Triple Majesty's Fiend. Just doing 3 and 3, so no more Vanity's Fiend. I felt like Majesty's was just a better card overall, and 6 tributes instead of 7 is just more consistent, I think. So yeah, there's that. Triple Reborn Tengu still. Triple Vanisher of the Radiance still. Vanisher and Tengu still really good in the deck. And then a new card that I added that I've been playing with is Knight Dragolich. For those of you who don't know what he does, he is a Worm 1700 Dark monster. Please focus on the effect. There you go. It reads, change all non-worm type attack position monsters that were special summoned from the main or extra to defense position. All non-worm type monsters that were special from the main or extra lose defense equal to their original. So this is really good against BA and Shaddolls. So pretty much, like, let's say they have a Dante on board and then you summon this, it would force it to defense, and the defense would go to 0. And since it's a continuous effect, it would work even if it was already on board, or if this was already on board and then they summoned the Dante, it would do the same thing. So yeah, this card is really, really good, especially like with a Floodgate. Like, let's say Banisher and this guy was on board. That's already really hard for BA to stop, actually, because like they don't have any outs in terms of monsters, because they would be forced to go to their extra deck, which everything would just go to defense. Or they could just, usually they would just stall with a Skarm or Rubik in defense mode. But yeah, this is a really good card against Burning Abyss and Shaddolls. And it's like okay against Clifford, I guess. Late game when they pendulum, they would this would still work on them. But and then the last monster I run is Grand Mole. So yeah, I cut the Trap Tricks engine for these guys pretty much. The Trap Tricks, they just weren't doing enough. I wanted like another Floodgate type monster, and this was like the next best normal summon guy I could run, so that's why I play him. He's been testing like really well. Like this deck already had a really good matchup against BA and Shaddolls, but this card made it even easier to win against them. So yeah, that's it for the monsters. For the spells, still running triple Pot, still running triple Stormforth. Just good consistency cards. Double Forbidden Lance, and this was like the only thing that changed in the spell lineup. Instead of Night Beams, I just cut the Night Beams for the 2 space, which were in the side deck before. The Clifford matchup is just really tough, so I wanted more space in the side to have against that deck, so I just ended up maining these. And then for the one-ofs, Book of Moon, Snatch, Steel Regeki, and Defissure. Yep, that's the only thing that changed in the spell lineup, I believe. For the traps, Deprison, I upped it to 3 because this card is just like good against any deck pretty much. 2 Mirror Force still, so I'm playing 5 Battle Traps. I like it a lot, actually. And then for the one-ofs, Compulse, Bottomless, Warning, Soul Drain, and of course Macro Cosmos. And that's it for the trap lineup. Pretty much the same for the most part. I cut the time space obviously because I'm not playing the Trap Tricks engine. Up the Deprison, and yeah. For the extra deck, it's exactly the same. So just really quickly, Rhapsody and Berserk, Cowboy, Heartland Draco, Dweller, Exciton Knight, 101, Black Ship, Castel, Dark Rebellion, Ragna Zero, Gem Knight Pearl, Crazy Box, Anti-Luminescent, Downward Magician, and M7. So yeah, exactly the same. And then for the side deck, I'm running 2 Fire and 3 Ice still. Really good against Clifford, good against a lot of rogue decks or stun type decks. You can make space for the third fire hand, which I've been wanting to, but I don't know, 3 and 2 is still fine. For the spells, I'm playing 1 space and 1 spell shattering. What you can do is you can find space for this in the main, so you could just put this in the main, and instead of this in the side, just put in a third fire hand. And spell shattering, of course, pretty much like another space against Clifford. For the traps, triple fairy win because it's just a hard matchup. Triple shadow mirror, still really good floodgate card against dark decks. And then, like I said, I was gonna be playing 2 chaos trap hole. If you guys don't know what he does, it's a pretty good card. Not a lot of people play it. It's pay 2,000 life points, negate the summon of a light or dark monster, and remove it from play. And it's counter trap, so it's really good. Really good against Burning Abyss and Shaddolls and Satellar Knights. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I don't think I'm gonna be playing this deck much longer, actually, because of Satellar Knights. Because Satellar Knights, I think, moved into the top 3 decks. I think the top 3 decks now are Burning Abyss, Satellar Knights, and Clifford. So I feel like this deck just can't handle Satellar Knights. Like, they just gain too much advantage, and the floodgates in this deck don't really even matter against that deck. Like Banisher, it's pretty good, but they could just beat over it with like more than half of their monsters. Macro and Defisher are alright, but they still like play so many traps to where you won't be able to do anything pretty much. And I feel like the side deck is so tight in space for just the Clifford matchup already. Like, you're siding like all of these cards against the Clifford matchup, like, and you kind of have to in order to beat that deck. So I don't really think you can find more space for the Satellar Knight matchup. I'd have to change up the main deck like completely just to give it a better matchup. This deck was originally built because Shaddolls, Clifford, and Burning Abyss were the top 3 decks. And now that, in my opinion, Shaddolls is not in the top 3 decks anymore, this would be only really good against Burning Abyss, which it's just not worth playing this deck if you already have a bad matchup against so many other decks. So yeah, that's why I just wanted to post it a little earlier. I don't think I'm going to be playing this deck for the next regional. Like, don't get me wrong, this deck is still like will beat Burning Abyss and Shaddol most of the time, unless like they open like crazy. But if you go first, especially when you go first, this deck is like really good. And just going second and having like potentially having a Stormforth and a Majesty's Fiend is so good already too. And yeah, I think I'll probably be playing something else, or like some other random stun deck. Waiting for the heroes to come out still and see what we can do with Dark Law. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile, guys. I wanted to aim for 5 minutes, but it ended up being 8. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe for more content, and thanks for watching.